Hey guys, Chase with iDub Hockey, hanging out here with Brian Mulliner, Director of Engineering for True Hockey, here in sunny Santa Barbara, California, checking out your 3 top-of-the-line sticks. For someone who's maybe never used a True before, but has been hearing great things, wants to hop into one, how would you describe differences in flex profiles as well as feel between all 3 top-of-line sticks here?
Okay, well the main difference between the A-Series line and the X-Series line is going to be in the blade feel. The XCore with this urethane insert embedded into the blade, it's going to have a much more dampened feel, more like a wood-like feel. The A-Series is going to have that more traditional, little bit more pingy, lively, composite blade type of feel.
So we have 2 6.0s. We got the hair trigger low kick, and then we have your SmartFlex technology and the SBP.
Right.
Now, from my understanding, the XCore also has the SmartFlex.
Exactly.
So these 2 will take similar shot releases, but the big difference here is in the blade, right?
Exactly. The 6.0 SBP and the XC9 have very similar flex profiles. Difference being in the XCore, you'll get a little bit more stiffness toward the bottom of the shaft because you have a softer heel section in the blade. But as far as shooting performance, you're right, it's going to be similar between these 2 models. The main difference is going to be in the feel.
In the feel.
The XCore is also going to give you that additional spin, which is going to give you more accuracy because this insert can actually compress. And the A-Series is going to have a little bit lighter overall swing weight because we don't have that insert in there. We're able to reduce the blade weight. It's going to give you the lightest overall swing weight.
So if you do like to lean into your shots a bit, you're a little bit more on the power shooting side, you're going to want to check out one of these 2. But if you like that traditional dampened feel, go to the XCore. A little bit livelier, lighter balance feel in the hands too, then you're going to want to go into the SBP. Now, different from either of these 2 are the hair trigger. What can you tell me about this one?
Hair trigger is a low kick profile. So that's designed for the player that maybe doesn't put as much importance on a slap shot. Some players that are around the net, they focus on quick release and rarely get off a slap shot. So if they want a little bit more flex in the bottom of the shaft for that real quick release, they can load it up quick. That's why it's called HT, hair trigger.
Right.
It doesn't take much force to get that thing going.
And you're still getting that same SBP style, lively, pingy, not pingy, but a lively blade feel in the blade.
Exactly,
there too.
Same blade on both of those sticks.
So we briefly touched about the XCore technology. That's a real standout feature for the XCore line. What can you tell me about that?
Well, the XCore technology, like I said before, it's going to give you a more dampened feel, but it's also going to compress during the shot. So what that does is it's going to keep the blade closer, or keep the puck closer to the blade throughout the shot. Typically, when you have that lively feel or you feel like you're having a hard time catch a pass, it's bouncing off, that's because you're using a blade that has about 100 grams of material in it, and the puck is 160 grams. So you're actually trying to hit something that's heavier than what you're hitting it with.
Right.
So that tends to make the puck rebound. It's not a traditional impact like you would see in a golf shot, for example, where the face is hitting, you got a driver head hitting a much lighter ball, that ball is compressing and it's exploding off the face. It's really more of a catch and release if you slow it down and look at it. The puck is starting here and rolling out. So the closer you can keep that puck to the face of the blade, the more spin you'll get on it. The more spin you get on it, the truer it's going to fly, the more accurate you'll be.
So the big call-out feature this year in the new A-Series line is the BRT Plus. What can you tell me about that?
BRT Plus, it's the 2nd generation BRT technology. It uses a braided rib structure, 2 braided tubes that run throughout the bottom edge of the blade and throughout the center of the blade. On the XCore, it runs through the center of the blade because we have the insert toward the bottom.
Right.
So what that braided material does is it can expand and contract and move around during cure. We pressurize it from the inside, so it gives us a very consistent structure and a very strong bond between the front and back faces of the blade.
And since you were able to remove weight from the blade, what did that allow you to do in the shaft?
Well, since we removed weight from the blade and we were starting out with a very lightweight stick to begin with, we decided to move that weight into the shaft, and we actually added about 10 to 15 grams of material to the shaft while maintaining the same overall swing weight as the previous generation. A couple reasons we did that. One is because we had a lot of players comment that the A6.0 was almost too light in their opinion. They wanted a little bit more weight behind their shot. Another reason we did that is by failure analysis and looking at not only warranty returns, but where sticks tend to break. In higher end sticks, they tend to break more in the shaft than in the blade. In an ideal design, you're going to have about a 50-50 mix of shaft and blade breakage. So we wanted to get that shaft a little bit more durable.
What was your reasoning, or what was the causation of more shaft breakage rather than blades?
It's just, you know, if you watch an NHL game, you'll see a lot of sticks break, and most of the time it's in the shaft. There's just the way shafts are designed. They take impacts from other shafts, they take impacts from pucks, they take a lot of impacts, guys going into corners, guys crashing into the shafts. The blades are a solid structure. They usually have a core material in there. They're a lot more tough. They're designed to hit a 160-gram puck with a lot of force and also hit the ice about 18 inches before that. So they can take a little bit more abuse than a shaft can.
Right. Well, Brian, thanks for coming out here and filling us in. And then for you at home that would check out more of these True sticks, make sure you go to inlineandixcorehouse.com.